All right, let me show you my solar setup, and of course the sun just got blocked. In any event, I added this port. This is for solar in. See, I got 3 solar panels. They come via those leads into a squid cord. The squid breaks them down. It can take 4, but I only got 3. It breaks them down into 1 with a reversing dongle to reverse the polarity. Well, not reverse, but switch it. I added this port. So this is my solar in. This is my 110 volt in for shore power. 110 volts at 15 amps. That's my extension cord running over there. It's unplugged. So right now I'm gonna be on solar, just like that. I got a little. These panels need, full unobstructed sunlight. They do not work in the shade or nothing. You need full blast. All right. The sun's coming back out. There we go. So at least you'll get to see how many amps. How many amps I'm producing. I have no clue what these panels are rated for. There's a small number in the back. I'm gonna Google that number and see what I come up with. But just got a little bit of shade on the bottom, but I got full sunlight on that one, about 3/4 on that one, about a little over half on that one. I got my fan going, and if you've been following the channel, you know it's controlled from right here. I got my lights right there, controlled from right there. I got 310 volt outlets, one there, and one there. This light is for when we're hooked up to a tow vehicle and the tow vehicle lights are on. Then this light will work. This is just a battery light I got. Just the batteries are dead. I built this countertop, nice and solid. Got a little sink I threw in there. Need to clean that thing and get a faucet. I'm gonna use a 1 5-gallon bucket for my gray water, and another 5-gallon bucket for my fresh water. This is where, from the outside of the trailer, the 110 volt comes in via this. The AC to DC charger stays plugged in. So once you're plugged into shore power, it automatically starts charging the battery. And when you plug into shore power, you take this, unplug it from here, and plug it in there. Eventually, I'm gonna get me a automatic transfer switch to handle that. Excuse me. What else do I have here? This is my 2-breaker load center, 215 amps. This outlet, it's on its own dedicated 15. The 2 in the rear, they share a 15. They're all wired directly to the load center. They're not piggybacking off of each other. So if I wanted to upgrade, I can eventually, because the wires come directly from the outlets to here. This is my DC fuse block. You see, I got the blower, which is the fan, the cabin lights. I'm gonna add some 12 volt outlets, so that's DC outlet, and I'm gonna add a water pump for that thing. That is my 1,500 watt continuous 3,000 watt surge inverter. It has 210, well, 115, 110, 120, same difference. 210 volt, 15 amp outlets, and 2 USB ports right there. That is my solar charge control. The solar power comes in from the outside through here. all 10 gauge. Everything with the 12 volt and the solar panels is I use 10 gauge wire. So 10 gauge wire for the panels, 10 gauge wire for the battery, and 10 gauge wire for the load. So I got the full sunlight. So let's see. Producing, well, the sun's giving me about 1 amp right now. That's what's coming in. That's the sun, that's the battery. The arrow's going that way. So now I'm getting 1 amp. I'm using 1.2 amps to run the fan. And my battery is at 13 volts. When I'm plugged up to shore power, this panel comes on. This one, I like this one better than that one as far as the battery meter. It gives me a nice bar graph thing right here. Shows me how much power is in the battery. And I get the actual readout like that one. This will repair a bad battery. It'll try to fix it. It'll charge it, and it'll maintain it. I can do 6 volt, 12 volt, I can do AGM, I can do lead acid, I can do AGM, lead acid, and I forgot what the third one was. But in any event, this I try to do this as inexpensive as possible. Harbor Freight, Harbor Freight, Harbor Freight. Amazon, Lowe's. And the battery in here, it's a deep cycle battery. It's a recycled battery. It's crap, so I gotta get a new battery. It's not giving me anywhere near the capacity that it's rated for, so it's bad. But I'm just using it to get my setup going. What else? For the inverter, straight to the battery terminals, I'm using 0 gauge wire. Most people use the Harbor Freight 2 gauge. I decided to use 0 gauge. For the I could click the inverter right here. So now the inverter's on. This is powered up. That's energized. So my outlets are good to go. Yep. So I have 12 volts. I have 110 volts. I have USBs, and again, I want to add some 12 volt outlets. But so far, this is where we're at, and everything is working good. Let's see what we got now. 0.5. Yeah, those solar panels are no. Eventually, I'm gonna get some better ones, but to get better ones, you need better money. So if anyone wants to donate to the cause, you know what to do. The links are in the description.